Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is JBB. Thank you for watching episode 14. The topic is about paper versus digital drawing. So, before my printer broke, I used to draw on paper, and obviously you have to use the scanner to draw. You have to use the scanner to scan my drawing to Photoshop on my computer. But last year my scanner broke and I didn't want to buy a new one. So I had to use my tablet to draw, and so I started to use the tablet to draw pictures, and it took me a while to get used to it. And after I got the hang of it, a friend told me that the way I draw on tablet is like the way I draw on paper. And for the longest time, I was wondering, how true is that? So I decided to do an experiment and redraw a picture that I did on paper from a few years back. So this picture I drew in 2007 on paper. Of course, everything's edited on Photoshop, but that's besides the point. And so I want to, compare between two drawings, from different mediums that I drew from. So let's get things started. On paper, I'll say about 26 years of paper drawing experience. I know its limitation, the limited space. I know what I can do, I can't do. With paper, you got to know what you're going to draw. I mean, first, of course, there are sketches and brainstorming and whatnot, but at the end, you have to draw. And the way I draw stuff, I try to limit my mistakes, because on paper, when you make mistakes, you have to use eraser, and using an eraser is not the best thing in the world, because once you erase, there's still pencil mark on the paper, and it's kind of frustrating, and that's not cool. And the paper I used back then was printing paper, because I wasn't a professional, and I used normal A4 or is it A6? I don't know, whatever printing paper is. And when I draw on paper, I can visually see where my drawing is, where my pencil is. I can see the lines and where the lines are at. It's more accurate. That's what I'm trying to say. It's more accurate on paper when I draw. And since my scanner broke last year, I just switched tablet. And so I did digital drawings. And I have to admit, I probably drew digitally for about less than a year total, because it's digital, it's just different. And when you use Photoshop to draw, there's no limitations, there's just possibilities and too many choices. It's like going to Starbucks. There's just too many choices. You don't know what to get. It's like, yo, give me some vanilla, sugar-free, ice, 4 shot of caramel. Just give me coffee, dude. I just want to draw, man. With Photoshop, if you don't know what to do, it can be confusing. Really confusing. I was confused for quite a while. I have to go around, ask my friends like what to do, and they told me to, bug off. That kind of hurts. And once I finally know what size page I want, I had to learn which tools I need to use. And let's face it, I'm not the brightest person in the world. I don't even know what half of the things on Photoshop do. The more I draw, the more I learn that because you draw on a big page, that doesn't mean you can draw all the small details, because ultimately, when I draw stuff like a comic panel or a page, I need to resize everything. And if I resize one panel and I drew a lot of details, it would look horribly once they scrunch up together. The one thing I hate about drawing on tablet is that I can't see what I draw. When I say that, I mean I'm using a tablet. I use Wacom Intuos 4 tablet. I can't see what I do. I can't see what I draw. I mean, I can, from the monitor, but unlike, on paper, when you draw, you can see your pencil, your lines visually. You can see everywhere. You know where you're at. You can be accurate, but with the tablet, you can't be accurate. I don't have Cintiq. I have Intuos 4 tablet. There's no picture on my tablet. It's just blackboard with scratches. So I can't really be accurate. So that kind of sucks and limit what I can do. So, I got to use what I have, right? And I do. I'm glad that I did this experiment because it's a great experience. The experience from drawing paper to digital drawings is really different. Like, especially the techniques that I use for each medium, it's just so different. And once you see the end of the video, you see the final product, the final picture that I drew, and there's gonna be a 2-picture comparison at the end of the video. And if you guys want to see the actual picture online, there I will link on the description box down below. Yeah. Alright, thank you for watching. GBB out. Peace!